Hey guys, CG Dom here today, and I think I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to be showing you a Runescape 3 merching guide. So essentially merching is a great way to make money on this game. It can be sort of, you can log in for 5 minutes a day and make sort of 4 mil a day I think. I mean I made, since today, yesterday and today I've made about 4 or 5 mil. So I'll cover the basics of merching today, and then hopefully you can go and do it on your own. So merching involves buying and selling items for a lower amount, selling it for a higher amount. So as you can see here, I bought these static gloves, which are quite expensive, as 5 mil GP. I bought one yesterday for 5014. I sold it for 5199. 185k in one item, and it bought and sold very quickly. So I also bought these dragon claws here. I bought them for 136k and sold them for 150k. They've been selling quite well, and also it is showing them buying them in. These searing ashes, they go up quite well. They're quite expensive though, so I wouldn't recommend doing them. And the brackish blades are really good because they're not sold and bought enough on the Grand Exchange. So I bought them for 100k each and sold them for 150k, so 50k per brackish blade, which is amazing. Just collect the money here. So there are two ways of merching. Cheap merching, so it involves buying things with a high buy limit, like shark. If I buy it for a high price here, and then so 968, and I sell it for a low price, 961. So if I buy for 962 and then sell for 968, I could buy 10,000 of them, and I could make profit pretty quickly. I mean, it would take about 20 minutes, I think. But I prefer this way, because then you don't have to log in for much. There goes the last brackish blade. You don't have to log in for much time during the day, so I can log in for sort of 10 minutes, do my quick merching, go back out again, and I can make a lot of money that way. So the next type is expensive merching, and that's stuff like static gloves here. So I'm buying them for 5 mil, and then selling them for 200k profit. And the reason this works is because people sort of that want these items, they don't care about the money. They just buy it for a high price and then just click OK and whatever. And that way they can get their items, and you're getting the money in between. So you're sort of like that middleman that's taking the money that they don't really care about. Sounds a bit bad, but so you can see from my sale history, I bought brackish blades, bought them for 100,001, because there was someone buying them for 100,000, so I one up them essentially. I went one higher, bought them for 100,000, sold them from 150k each. I sold one just to check it was still me that was buying them, which is cool. Rune Minotaur pouch, I'm buying them for way above their worth. They're worth about 2k each, but they're so hard to make that people they're sort of like one of those dodgy items. But anyway, you can, one thing I'd recommend doing is going onto a website, and then going on a website called like Runescape buy limits. Just type that into Google, and the first one that comes up. And you want to find items that are expensive, but sort of they cost about between 1 and 10 mil or something, and you can only buy 10 of them. And the reason for this is because people that are buying for a higher amount than you. So I'll show you. I was doing this with an archer helm. Now they're pretty cheap, but what I noticed is that no one on the Grand Exchange was selling them at all. So I could buy them for 10,000 GP each, and people just sold them for, so they just sold them for 1. And then they would get the minimum amount possible, and that was 10k, that was me. But, which is the great thing, is I sold them for the main price, because people that want archer helms just sort of buy it. So I sold them for 45k each, and I was making 35k on each one. And they were really easy to buy, and a lot of people were selling them for just 10k because they just wanted to get rid of them, because they're not that expensive and stuff like that. But one thing you need to be careful of is you need to check the item on RuneScape Wiki first, and the reason behind this is basically because if a merchant clan or something, they buy loads of it and then suddenly sell it on the Grand Exchange, the price either goes up a load or the price completely crashes. So you need to be careful of this, because if you buy at the highest price by accident, then suddenly there's no demand for it at all, and you're going to lose a lot of money. You need to be really careful about that. So yeah, things like this, I'm making like 12k per dragon claw. I was actually selling these for 166k earlier, but some scumbag started merching them. He saw my prices, he started merching them himself. So if you enjoy, give it a like and subscribe. I'm going to be doing a 10 mil GP giveaway to subscribers. So in the comment box below, if you type in your name and a number between 1 and 100, I will pick up a random number generator and do it until people until someone gets the 100, and then I'll give them 10 mil. So have to be a subscriber, you have to comment. But thanks a lot for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Cheers, guys.